Hello, Poke fans. PokeLily222 here, and welcome to the Rough Seas. Today, we're going to do a nice little deck profile on my Rough Seas deck, starring Absol, featuring Lapras and Darkrai. So, without further ado, let's hop on in. Here we starting with my 3 copies of Lapras. With her hail attack for only 2 colorless, she will do 10 damage to all of their Pokemon, which is great for the 2 copies of Absol. With this attack of Klara for 1 dark and 1 colorless, who do 120 to my opponent's Pokemon if they have damage counters on them already. Come on, guys, 120 for 2 pips? Oh my god, that is amazing. You cannot beat that. Then there are 3 copies of the amazing, beautiful Nightmare. Who for 1 colorless will do 20 and possibly put you to sleep. Yes, thank you. It's time to go night-night. Yes. And then his big attack, which I love oh so much, is his Night Cyclone, where he can do 120 plus transferring all his energy on him. Like, yes. So that means you don't have to put just the 3 energies on him. You can put more and basically have your whole bench ramped up. Yes, please, I would take all them apples and strawberries. Next, we have 2 copies of my Paladin Whopper. Who will spit poison at their active for 1 dark energy. Because the 2 copies of Clodsire will do his Venom Shock attack for 1 dark and 2 colorless. It will do 80 plus 120 damage if their active is already poisoned. Yes, 80 plus 120? Who wouldn't want to do 200 damage? Like, come on, people. Yes, all of that, please. Next, we have 2 copies of Manaphy. Now, there's not much to say on her, but she'll protect my bench from attacks. Also, I use her to fight. If you play any Pokemon game, you know how annoying and buggy it can be to have all this massive damage done, but yet their Pokemon somehow survives with a slice of freaking hell for them, which can be the equivalent of 10, possibly 20 in the card game, which is ooh. Next, we have a Mola. Yeah, she doesn't get much play, but when she does, she'll do 120 damage for 2 waters and 1 colorless. But next turn, she cannot attack. But that's alright, because she's doing 120 damage. Boom! Take that, nerd! Next, we have the showstopper, Radiant Greninja! With his concealed card's ability to draw me 2 cards by dropping my energy. Let it be a dark energy for my 2 copies of Dark Pets to ramp my dark Pokemon on my bench, or let it be my water energy to work with Blanche to draw me 2 cards and possibly ramp up a water Pokemon on my bench. Who can't beat that? And then the best of all, his water sure can attack for 2 waters and 1 colorless, doing 90 to 2 Pokemon. Any Pokemon. Getting a double knockout, or possibly 1 knockout, and putting damage on one of their big health Pokemon, because ew, you irritating EXs, VXs, and VMAXs, and RPGs, and XYZs, and WTWs, and all this old stuff. Yeah. And that is why I play a nice amount of recursion in my trainers. And speaking of trainers, I played 1 copy of Nestball to go get my Radiant Greninja or Darkrai. And then there is 2 copies of Ladder of Encouragement. Because let's be real, guys, Pokemon will get knocked out. And being able to go search any combination, 3 basic energies, yes, that's a plus. I don't look at my grade as a bad thing. I look at it as my second hand, as I do my other card games, like Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh! And in some cases, Vanguard. With that being said, let's move on to my next 2 items, which are 2 copies of Dark Page to ramp up one of my Dark Bench Pokemon. Darkrai. Yes. And next we have 2 copies of Switch for Absol. For one, he is all ramped up. But if he's not yet ramped up, I will go into my energy transfer Darkrai to do 120 and then transfer all of his energies. Be it 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever. If not him, I'll go into Lapras for her to either do 100 or just an extra 10 damage to all of their Pokemon, which is really good. You cannot beat that at all. Next, we have 2 copies of Escape Rope. For if there are a few problems on the bench that I don't want to ramp up yet and I don't feel like dealing with them, well, boom, take that Escape Rope, nerd, and put up one of your Pokemon. And well, they're gonna take 2, at the most 3 to retreat. So yeah, you're gonna have to either waste your energy attachment for turn, or waste one of your resources, one of your switches, switch cards, escape ropes, yada yada yada. Next up are my supporters, starting with 1 cupcake of Clavell to go get my 120 or less Pokemon, 3 of them, 120 or less. Now, most of my Pokemon are 120 or less, so yes, baby. And then there are 2 copies of Irvin to go grab me any item, mainly Nestball, and also to go give me any tool. experience share because that's the only tool I run. And then I have 2 copies of Blanche because double drawing is always a good time. And possibly ramping one of my bench Pokemon with a water energy, preferably one who takes 3 to do their big attack. Always a good time, yes. Next we have 2 copies of Averys because drawing 3 is also a plus, but if my opponent has a stupid full bench of a giant HP Pokemon, ugh. Discard 2 of them babies, Jesus, ugh. But if they don't have a full bench, then it's just a clean draw 3, so win-win either way. And next, there are 2 copies of Agatha, who can remove 3 damage counters off of my active Pokemon onto their active Pokemon, which is great, yes. And then, I have 2 copies of Klara, you know, my recursion, because let's face it, my little baby Pokemon really can't stand saying much against those big giant attacks coming, so I need that recursion. And also, that's why I run 2 Calamatious Mountains, so when they attach your energy from there onto their basic, boom nerd, take 10, because ew. Anyway, alright, we're almost done. I run 2 tools, just 2. And those 2 tools are my experience shares. Cause you know, when one of them get knocked out, they can go share. They can share their energy with one on my bench. Preferably someone who takes 3 to do their big attack. But mainly, it's gonna be on Darkrai because he's gonna be sitting there for a while, collecting a ton of energy, so you can get like 5 or 6. Then you can transfer to someone, to a bunch of people on my bench. And then next I run 2 copies, count them, 2 copies of my main man Saguaro, who can heal 50 damage from 2 Pokemon. Just in case both my Agathas are going and I don't want to lose a certain Pokemon yet, Saguaro can help. And there you have it, guys. My Rough Seas deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hey you guys, PokeLily222. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed my deck profile on my Rough Seas. So I am now taking requests, so if you have any idea of a deck you would like to see showcased in one of my videos, just leave it in the comments. Or if you would like to see your deck showcased in one of my videos, just leave your deck in the comments. Until we meet again, I bid you adieu. Bye bye, Poke fans.